Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So, to all the Rotaractors, thanks again for joining today's session. I'm sure this session will help you, going forward in doing your projects and, of course, to be a good Rotaractors and doing good to the society. So, we have a lot of our members, your parent club members here, and thanks again for joining. Uh, we have Taksha, who is going to be the president of Rotaract Club here. Taksha, you can take it forward. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I don't think I've introduced myself properly before. My name is Saksha, and I'll be the
Hello, hi
president of.
Arindam here. Hi.
Hi, Arindam. Thanks for
Hi.
joining.
Yeah, hi.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
as I was saying, I'm Taksha, and I'll be the new president of this club in PES. I am incredibly honored to actually have this opportunity to take it up. And for all of, I think, ma'am, you've been absolutely welcoming. I've been in constant touch with you and Priya, ma'am, and everything has been so amazing so far. It's too soon, but it's absolutely amazing. Uh, I think what I'm looking forward to as president is to promote this entire club and to make it a little bigger, possibly take on a few more projects, and hopefully do some good in the long run. So that was all about me.
Yeah. Good, good. You will do. You will do. We have all our members will support you in whatever way we can. Okay. Yeah. So, is Tarun, can we start? Tarun is from District Rotaract team. He is part of the training team. So he will be doing this orientation session. Daksha, will somebody be introducing him?
Neha.
Okay. Yeah, Neha, please go ahead.
Hello, am I
Hi,
audible now?
Neha. Yeah, hi, Neha.
Thank you so much for joining, everyone. I think this is the first step to us becoming, wonderful Rotaractors, and I'm so glad we are all able to make it today. So today we are joined by Tarun, who is also a fellow Rotaractor, and he is the district trainer. So he is going to be able to, guide us and help us to show how we can be good Rotaractors and what projects we can take on and what are our duties as Rotaractors. And he is just truly amazing. He has an amazing work portfolio within Rotaract itself. He's been working at it since 2017, and I think he's a great person to show us how to be amazing Rotaractors. So thank you so much for joining us today, Tarun.
Oh, my pleasure here. Uh, So, first of all, good evening to everyone, to all the Rotarians and the Rotaractors of PES Electronic City Campus. Before we begin, so I'm also a fellow Rotaractor, maybe a little elder to you. I'm just here to, give my experience to you, how has been my journey and what we really do here in Rotaract. And
Tarun, 1 second. Just all of you are able to see the full screen, right?
Right.
Okay, okay, good, good.
is my audio clear?
Yeah, we're able to hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, please go ahead, Tarun.
Yeah. So before we begin, I'll be talking for about 40 minutes, and I would say Rotaract truly is an experience by itself. Only then, once you experience it, you will, each person here has their own experiences and their own reasons to stay here in Rotaract or in Rotary. So I'm only here to give you an overview of what we do here and what Rotaract is. With this, I would, request you to please go back and do your, little search on what Rotaract is, and please be active participants in Rotaract in your club and take up good projects and good fellowships in your club. Before I begin, I was told that we have only the board of directors from the club here. So I've known your other campus, which is near Mysore Road, very beautiful and wonderful campus. We have had a lot of district events and club events there. I wanted to know about your college, what all you do, and what is your idea about Rotaract here? I know it's a Saturday evening, though. I'm very grateful that all of you have joined here. Uh, but if the session is more interactive, I think it'd be more wonderful to hear from you guys. You can just tell me what is your idea of Rotaract, or what did you know about Rotaractors? This is to the Rotaractors of PES College, yeah.
Go for it, anyone.
Taksha, do you want to go? I think
Sure.
yeah.
Okay. So from what I understood from Rotaract, from very initial, I think I was doing my research a long, long time ago. And what I gained from all of that is the amazing domains that Rotaract actually works towards. It actually works towards healthcare and towards education, and they have these certain principles they work towards. And they take in projects. And I've seen Rotaract function from the time I was in school, probably from like 8th or 9th grade, where we had a much smaller community. It obviously wasn't a fully functional Rotaract, but we took in projects as well. Our entire idea worked mostly within schools, but they included painting walls. We actually went to a government school and painted their walls, and we got to interact with a lot of new people, a lot of, we could actually communicate with a lot of workers and a lot of helpers. And that whole situation for me was extremely eye-opening. So in extremely small and extremely easy words, if I may put it, it's basically a mega huge organization that helps us connect with much smaller organizations and work with them within them, if I may put it that way.
You're definitely right. It gives you a lot of exposure. It's just out of the world. You have no limits to connect. Do we have anyone else? Okay, I'm sure that you'll have something after I finish my talk. Yeah, so a quick throwback to the history of Rotary itself. So it started as an organization of lawyers. Paul Harris was a founder. It started in 1905 in Chicago. And then in Rotaract actually started as a program in 1968, especially for youngsters who are 18 plus. And in 2017, we had the 50 years of Rotaract. I was fortunate to be the president of that in that year. And from then you can see the stats there. We have outgrown more than 3 lakh Rotaractors today all over the globe. This is the Rotary family. As I told, Rotary, a group of professions, and business people. And Rotaract, it is mainly for young adults. Before we had an age limit of 18 to 30 years. Now the age limit is taken off. Anyone above 18 years can be part of Rotaract. We also have Interact, which started before Rotaract itself. It is for the high school students, and the Kintract is still growing right now. So there are just two main clubs, two types of clubs in Rotaract, if you see. So one is community and one is institution. So I think by the name itself, you guys would have understood. You guys are part of the university or the institution-based club. So the members, the members in this club can only be the students of your college, that is PES University, E.City. Whereas in community-based clubs, so this is typically where a student graduates from his university. He's part of a Rotaract there to continue his or her journey later on. They are part of a community-based Rotaract Club, where it is mostly within a community in an area. Whereas now today, as the city has expanded and there's a lot of your own parent club is an example of connecting people all over the place. We have 4 main avenues in Rotaract. So I'm sure that I'm not very. I've not known much about engineering. I come from a different background. I'm sure your IEEE club is very active in the sense you guys are. You take part a lot of activities in terms of your engineering and project building projects there. And I'm sure you'll also have a lot of hackathons and other things going on. And I'm sure you'll also have Google Cloud clubs in your college. And you might also have your NSS, NCC, and various other clubs. So all these clubs are pretty much focused on one area, what they do. Whereas here in Rotaract, There's everything and anything under the umbrella can be done here in Rotaract, and we shrink that into three. We shrink that those into these into these four avenues here. I'll go in detail of what these avenues are. First one is my favorite. Before I start, so people, please look at the photos here. You might find me the big guy there. I'll there's a special prize for you in the last if you're able to find me in the photos here. So club service here. So why are you here in Rotaract mainly? So as I told you, it's a group of youngsters, especially in your college here. I'm sure all of you are part of different departments. You could be from electronics, one could be from civil, one could be from computer science, and your interactions could be limited to your class mainly, or your department, or only with few in your college. So that is what club service really does in the club for the members. So in club service, we have a lot of fundraising projects going on. This is mainly for the networking of the members here. So this is a complete fun part of Avenue. What we do here, it is mainly majorly focused on the members for networking, and also here in Rotaract, you'll not be earning any monetary support in terms of Rotaract. If you say come back, you only earn an experience which is more than that, especially in this age. Whereas for your community service projects, your club service projects, once you do your fundraising events, they are the ones which help you to generate funds to do your community service projects. There are huge set of projects which we do. I'm sure we do something called as Rotaract Tech. It has been there from past 4 to 5 years right now, and about 1,000 to 2,000 Rotaractors go for a trek. We have been through a lot of treks around Bangalore, and your other college here, Mysore Road, PES University, is a major contributor to that way. So keep it from DJ nights to dandiya to camping to just a movie outing, or let it be an outing in Kavan Park, or an outing or a get together in a Rotaract. It can be as simple as potluck as well. So as you're also board of directors here, I want to go deeper into projects, what you can do in these avenues. First of all, I'm sure you decided your club roles in your club already, apart from your president. You have your directors already set.
So Neha here would be our vice president. We have Vibhan here, who's our treasurer. Abhiran,
Okay.
who is our secretary, and Arushi Pannu, who's our vice secretary.
Oh, and I'm also sure you'll have a lot set of directors. So the club service directors here, what is their main vision? So you are the guys who really keep the spirit of the clubs high. You have the responsibility to majorly see through that there's a smooth functioning in the club, whereas your members know each other well. You have a good set of networking. You don't just come to the club or project for the sake of it, or you are really having your experience, or you're really having a very good experience here in Rotaract. They make sure that you have a good Rotaraction in your time of membership in this in your club. Up next, we have community service by the name itself, and most of you would have heard about a lot of Rotary and Rotaract through their community service projects also. When I also spoke to Geetanjali ma'am, your parent Rotary also focuses more on community service projects. One heads up here is where we might have a question saying, as students, how much can we really contribute back to the society? Wherein the finance part is a big crunch here in terms of community. So not all community service projects are really focused on the monetary support, what you give back to the society. It really also matters of how of moral support you are on ground, which you can make a really good impact. You can really support your parent Rotary. I've heard a lot of community service projects when I spoke to Geetanjali ma'am. We as youngsters can really support them as in these terms, wherein we can bring in a lot of innovative ideas and easier methods with our skills to support them in their projects. Our moral support and our unique ideas in community service projects can really help them. And Rotaractors also take up a lot of innovative community service ideas. One major part of Rotary is, I'm sure you would have heard of End Polio now. This is the major tagline of Rotary. So for the eradication of polio, almost in which is eradicated in the world, Rotary and Rotaract has played a big role in terms of monetary and also in terms of foot soldiers. If you see, Rotaractors are, at least in our districts, have been foot soldiers on ground. We set up polio camps in railway stations, in bus stands. We also go to door-to-door polio drops to feed to give it to the children. This is how a lot of community service. It can be even visiting an orphanage, an old age home, and spending some time with them. And as youngsters, you can also take up teaching in your weekends to the government school children, to the orphan children. Apart from their academics, you can take on real skills. You can teach them. You can also teach them sports or any dance or any extracurricular activities, which most of the government school don't really focus much apart from their academics. So we can help them here on those terms. Next is my own favorite avenue, international service. So here, this is the major reason why I'm still part of Rotaract, if you see. If, as I told you in the beginning itself, your interaction might be very limited within your class and department. You might not know many other people in your college as well, because as I see, you're also from a very big university in that way. But in terms of when you see international relations, international service, I mean, I'm doing my master's in international relations. That's how it keeps coming. So international service here, it really focuses on our networking with the other Rotaractors. So now, what is your identity? You are students of PES college. You have your club there, Rotaract Club, and you're part of that PES club. We also have various clubs like you. You also in your own campus in Mysore Road, we have a PES college, Rotaract Club. They're running for a very long time. It's they also do wonderful projects there. Try to connect with them a lot first, and they can be, because as they are you both are part of the same institution. It would be more easier to work in the beginning stages of your Rotaract journey. Here we have major things called as inter-district youth exchanges, inter-club youth exchanges, wherein let it be in terms of connecting to Rotaractors in India or in abroad. This avenue really helps in terms of connecting with people. There are a lot of fun activities we can take part here in this. And any of your projects in community service and in club service, you can collaborate with other clubs in the other district. The major part here of inter-district youth exchange is where a set of few Rotaractors are selected from our district and sent to the other district as host Rotaractors. So they show you the experience of what their district or their culture is, and you get an experience of that. And we host them back here, and we show them our culture and our Rotaraction here. So this is how the exchange works. One small thing, and when it is the same when it is done in ICY, it is between the two clubs. These things might be confusing. What is the district? What is 3190? I'll come to that in the upcoming slides. So professional development you're also our university students. This is a major avenue which you should all focus more on. Whereas this Rotaract will really help you in a lot of connections and a lot of networking. You can also see your own parent Rotary organization. You might have a lot of professional leaders and businessmen. You can tie up with them for internships. You can tie up with them also for an experience or for a peer guide or for a peer guide. I'm sure PES also has a lot of placements and in terms of what really happens in the world outside of your student life. But you can also make use of this platform of Rotaract, wherein we have had a lot of examples wherein the Rotaractors have gotten connected to Rotarians, and they are also working full-time jobs there. And we also have a lot of startups coming up where a Rotarian and a Rotaractor also are started a lot of startups in our own district itself. There is an example of that as well. You can bring in a lot of career talks in your college. It might not be only related to engineering. I think your college would already be doing that for you. You can also bring in from other fields as well. So for here, when you want to go search for a speaker, you have those speakers here in the Rotaract and the Rotary fraternity itself. You don't have to go looking outside somewhere much to search and waste your time on that. It can be as simple as your resume building or your portfolio building. You can get a lot of speakers in terms of that. So for an example, you're all engineering students. You can get someone later on to talk about your how to manage your personal finances, because the debt trap recently happening for a lot of youngsters, with a lot of online companies coming up and giving out debts without any collaterals. It is so easy to fall for these traps as youngsters. So you can get some awareness talks on this. You can get some lawyers to come and give you talks on a basic acts you need to know and things like that. Or you can also have a company HR coming and talking to you about the employee rights and how and what you can sign up for a contract in your company once you go to the corporate field. With that, what really makes you as a Rotaractor here? If you see what the avenues, what I have spoken, the four avenues what I've spoken, each has its own way of contributing and molding you as an individual and as a Rotaractor. So there is no limit here in terms of what types of projects and what amount of projects you do. Everything. I'm sure I know a lot of us are unique in our own ways. We might have a lot of ideas in our own brains coming up. You can get that into action and do it in Rotaract. You have a lot of platform for this here. This might be confusing for you as you're all new to Rotaract as of now. So recently we had a status of Elevate Rotaract, wherein before Rotaract when it started, it was started as a program under the Rotary. Now we are equal partners along with Rotary in the Rotary International platform, wherein, as I told, even the upper age limit was also taken off right now. And there's also a mandated fee which you'll have to be paying to the Rotary International. For you, it will be $5, roughly about 500 rupees when you convert. So why should you join Rotaract, or how can you experience? I know there's a lot of there's a saying that it's an unpaid MBA or an experiential MBA also, because we have a structure here. Once you go to the corporate out there, I'm sure that you'll be part of a team or you'll be leading a team, and you'll have a hierarchy there. People have also learned of basic mail drafting also from Rotaract. So things like small mail drafting to also getting good connects and building their own startups or having a lot of exposure in their career is what they have been benefited out of Rotaract. And truly, it's a platform of youngsters. See, here if you take an example of the Bangalore city itself, we have a lot of colleges in Bangalore, and name a college, we have a Rotaract Club there. And here, this itself, you get an opportunity to interact with club members there. So likewise, you have a president and a secretary and a board of directors. Every club has their own set of people. I know you come to a mutual ground wherein you'll have to share your experiences. You can you get to work together, so that itself would bring an good exposure to you. You might get connected to students from MBA. You can get connected students from BCom. You can get connected students from architecture. So these are the kind of exposure what you'll be getting. And as I said, you have a very supportive parent Rotary. You can also get to rub your shoulders with industry leaders and professions. I mean, I don't know if there is any other organization which gives you a lot of exposure in these terms. With this, if you're able to relate in my talk from till now, what I've told to, as I told you, we have from basic MOU, recording in a meeting to event management. So event management is a very good skill, and people management is a very good skill which you will be, taking out of Rotaract. Let it be public speaking, or let it be even like making reports. about your projects. These are the things which you'll be experiencing and learning it on yourself. You'll be seeing it, people. So these are the things which will be helpful for you once you enter the workforce later. This is small stats. It's 2 years old of the Rotaract fraternity. You can see how large the organization is and the reach of this organization. So this is the South Asian region. We have 8 countries in South Asia, if you see here, and these are the divisions of the district here. So these districts are divided in terms of better administration and better communication within the district here. We belong to the district called 3190. Each of the districts are numbered. And if you see, we have 8 revenue districts as of now in 3190. So this has been split into 2 districts from the upcoming years. We have 3191 and 3192. So along with the urban area of Bangalore, we have Bangalore Rural, Tumkur, Ramnagar, Mandya, Chikbalapur, Kolar, and Chittoor from our neighboring state, Andhra. Yeah, any F1 fans here who watch F1 regularly? This is something very related to you, as you're also board of directors here. Are you also aware of the Maslow's theory? It's part of the management subject. It talks about the hierarchy in the management. So if you know why this picture is there in the background, you know the importance of this team who really are their efficient way of saving that life of the driver there. If you see, so as I know, I've seen that you already have your board pretty set. You would see the hierarchy here of your board. So another thing, see this as not a position or something which is bestowed upon you as an apartment or something itself. See it as a role. So if you all have observed the Rotaract and Rotary symbol, it is a wheel. It symbolically talks about how people or the teams keep changing and we keep evolving. So for this Rotaract year, so a Rotaract year is from July 1st to June 30th. So like we have the financial year, we have something called as a Rota year. It is from July 1st and June 30th. So for this year, you have been selected or elected to your role. See, it has a more of a responsibility. First, all of you are members of your club. You are part of the huge Rotaract fraternity. Out of your own interest or from out of your expertise, you have been selected to your roles. You have given some responsibilities. Make sure that you live up to your expectations of what roles you have taken. As I told you, there is no limit for you here in terms of what projects you have to think. As I said, you don't have to limit yourself if in case you're a international service director. You don't have to only keep thinking about the international service projects. Yes, you are expected to do some projects out of it, but also you are very much welcome to contribute your ideas to in the other avenues as well. Nobody knows that you can convert that as well to international service projects by connecting and collaborating with other districts. So likewise, you have a hierarchy or a structure in your club. We have the setup here in the larger Rotaract or Rotary fraternity as well. If we talk about the hierarchy in the Rotary, we have the RI president, and the district governor is the leader of our district. This is hierarchy is among the Rotarians. We have the youth service director and the Rotaract district chair. From the district Rotaract representatives, it is the Rotaractors, and the district has its own team. So if you see the district Rotaract team, it is not a governing council as such. We are here to collaborate and connect clubs here together for your networking and make sure that we are able to pass on a lot of information to you and help you in your journey. Yeah. So with that, I think I've come to the end of my talk. If anything that you'd want to know more, if I've missed anything, any Rotarians can also let me know if I missed anything. And welcome to Rotaract. With that, the floor is open for questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Tarun. It was really, like for us also, because this is our first Rotaract Club, and we also wanted to learn a lot of things going forward, how to handle this. And yes, a couple of things. We do have a very experienced Rotarian as our member now. You must be knowing he's online, Rotarian Mohan Ramanathan. Thank you, sir, for joining. Anything you want to add, sir, for what uh, Tarun has already taken us through?
Yeah, thanks. I think you've done a wonderful job, Tarun. Your
Yeah,
presentation is really covered everything,
yeah.
and so that all of you understand. And so the only thing that two things that I just wanted to highlight. One is, you are all going to be in corporate. You are all going to be running your own companies. So it's like any corporate, but then remove two major pillars or reins. One is there is no monitoring and there is no hierarchy. Still, if you have to make everybody work, that is the leadership that we are talking about, where you can actually help in creating that value and working with teams and the team association and teamwork, all those things, which is very, very important. So that way you are going to be learning quite a lot about leadership and how to make people come together and work towards a worthy cause and a value addition. So that's one point I thought I will highlight. The other one is the way you work with the Rotary. So previously, people used to say that you dovetail with the Rotary Club, your parent club, and whatever they are doing, you participate. And if they do a big job, project, you do a small project, etc. It's nothing like it. Today, it is not like that. We are collaborative, and you are why we still try to keep the Rotaract clubs and the Rotaractors as a separate entity is because we want to have that creativity and innovation which comes from your youth, which had to be there, right? And you can come up with anything. I can give you some examples later, but the key point, the main key point I'm trying to say is use Rotary Club as connection. Like Tarun talked about, that we need not spend any money. We are not here with the financial strength, but that need not be the end of it. If you come up with something and you think that you need a CSR connect or a CSR money or a fundraising, that is where the
Mm,
parent club will come in, and we will help you how to do that. So there are multiple ways by which you can work with us. One is you can work with us as observers, observing what we do. And we have so many projects where we need volunteers, so you can come and participate. And the third is you come up with your own project and say that we would like this project to be taken up, and how can the Rotary, not only the parent club, the entire district or even globally, we can ensure that you are helped. I can tell you a lot of places where Rotaract clubs have created application for the parent club. They've maintained the websites and created websites. They have done, some of the places where the Rotaractors have actually volunteered. I can tell you one example of where 500 GFGCs have been given some computers, and Department of Collegiate Education, they wanted so many computers to be given, and the first level of loading, Microsoft and Windows and Microsoft Office was done by Rotaractors. And believe me, we had around 8,000 computers, and we were trying to see how much time it will take. 50 Rotaractors came. They came up with their own plan. They told us what they wanted. They said, just give us 2 rows of 50 computers each, and we will now go and do one at a time. And in something like what we estimated in a month they may do 100, they did around 500 to 600 in a month. you know that is the type of innovation that comes from the Rotaractors. Now, after seeing that, you know what the commissioner of Department of Collegiate Education told us? Can you influence our department, our GFGCs, and bring them to the same level of understanding and leadership? And in fact, he suggested even that offer is still there. He says, since you guys understand each of your subject, can you make a 3 minute, 5 minute, whatever, small videos and give it to us, and we will actually make that as a part of our training or a teaching. It's still open. So you guys can do that, whether it is computer science, mechanical, or whatever it is, you can do it. So the scope and the potential is huge and large. So there is no stopping there. And this is a very big, powerful engine that is there. And if you all must be knowing that overall we have around 1.2 million Rotary members in the world. Of that, almost 10% or more is now Indians in India. And as we go forward, you are going to see that more and more people like you will take over, and we will become a larger group. Like we used to donate, the highest number is donated even today by US for TRF and other thing. And today we are coming very close. And for the next 2 to 5 years, people have ambition of getting $500 million as a TRF funding from India alone. And this is not coming from just Rotarians or Rotaractors contributing. It's coming from bringing in all kind of support. The last example I'm going to give you, that in IISC there is a big block. Today also there is a news item about 26 crores. SBI has come forward to fund this, one of the blocks. And this entire project is around 700 to 800 crore. One of the Rotarians from our 3190, he said he wrote to 6 people, and 4 of them gave, one person gave 400 crore and couple of others gave 200. He collected 700 crores from that 7 or 8 people. Compare that with the SBI giving 24 crores, right? Now, this 400 crore came from Subrato Bachi, of course. And what I'm trying to say is that is the influence you have. You all know the role of an influencer. You are all in Instagram. You are all in various other places. So that is the way you can influence other members to be a good citizen, participate in the country's growth, and also look at a way by which we can mitigate a lot of other issues and problems. Okay, so best of luck. We are available anytime for any of you to come forward. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. That's very motivating and very inspiring. Thank you so much. Tarun, I wanted to know on behalf of Rotaractors, how can, like for Rotarians, we have this rotary.org where we go and create our profiles. So what is the process for them?
Ma'am, it is the same process, same website. You as a parent Rotary, you'll have an option to add club officer under the Rotaract option in your RA access for the president given.
Okay.
So you can take the email ID of the president of the club, add them as the club officer, and they'll be getting the access of the president like you, have the access in the RA, and they can add their members there.
Okay, so first I have to add them, is it?
Yes, from the parent side you have to. You will find it in your dashboard there under the Rotaract. You can add them as a club officer.
Okay, I will do that. So yeah, I'll do that.
There is a, I think I have a PDF also explaining how to do that. I'll just search through that and send it to you.
Yeah, please send it across. That will be much helpful. And they can maintain their own website and all, right? Whatever the activities they are doing.
I mean, definitely they have to. I mean, today it's a world of PR.
Yes.
And I've missed to talk. I spoke about 4 avenues. We also have something called as public relations avenue, where everything you do is output on social media platforms. The Rotaract and also various clubs in Rotaract are part of various social media. Take it Twitter, also LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram is very common nowadays. Even in terms of WhatsApp, we connect a lot. And please go visit the page of Rotaract 3190. You can go see the district activities and other clubs also.
Mhm. Okay, and now that okay, now today orientation is over. Now we need to have their installed, right?
Installation, yes.
Okay, installation. Yeah. So,
So,
yeah,
Gitanjali, one thing I can suggest is
yeah.
for all our meetings, weekly meeting,
Mm.
make it open for retractors also to join.
Yes, yes. We have been inviting all of the. I think Taksha and Neha are always invited, right?
Yes, ma'am, we do get
But they
weekly.
are, I think, busy. That's why they were not able to come. But
No,
now,
you can come or you can ask somebody to attend
yeah,
so that
yeah.
you have a connect, some kind of a information flow.
Yeah, yeah. So what I'll do is anyway, you both will keep getting the invitation and you share it with your members, and whoever wants to join, they can join. We do the same thing for even our interactors. So yeah.
One benefit out of it, which I can tell you, is, I mean, I'm sure, I mean, I understand that you'll all be busy. Any of you, at least one person from the board can attend the meeting. As Sir also told, he openly told that he'll be able to support you in terms of finance for your community projects. So there'll be a lot of ideas pouring in the meetings. And first of all, you are a new club, you can learn how to conduct a meeting first from your parent Rotary first. How do they, basic things like in terms of agenda setting, in terms of who's supposed to talk and what are the agendas, things discussed there. So that will really help you first, and you'll also get to know what are the projects they are taking part, and you'll be able to understand how you can contribute from your own capacities.
Yes. Great. And anything else? Anyone of you have any questions? Please go ahead and ask.
Any questions or any clarifications also? I mean, it really not it to be a question also.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Any silly doubts, anything, it's fine. Or if it's too much for a day, we can also. I understand that it
So,
is actually.
so installation mean Taksha and Neha and all the board members, you decide how you want to have it, whether like in campus or off campus. So then, so that we can mobilize the district team also, and we can have it as a, probably Tarun, if you have any Rotaract installation video or something, you can share with them also. And you can inform the district team to add each one. I don't know whether, are you all added into the district team, any of the WhatsApp groups, Neha? I'm sure there is a president's group, right?
Yes, there is a president's group, a vice president, secretary's group as well, and each and every avenue also has a separate group.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you in touch with the DRR, Taksha?
We have interacted with Joseph. I think a couple of us have yet to be added to those groups. So I'll check with him today itself.
Yeah, please follow. Your charter certificate has come, right?
Correct. Yeah, it has.
Okay.
Yeah, charter has come. Charter has been signed by DG also. Yeah,
Thank you
yes.
so much for doing that, ma'am. I
So
didn't realize I was talking on mute.
so it's thanks to Priya, like she really chased. I mean, maybe like even Joseph is a little slow in responding, whatever the reason, I don't know. Then I had to take my own routes to get, like it has come to you now. So it's okay, Tarun. Thanks, Tarun, anyway, for taking this up and
Yeah,
joining.
they can directly connect with Hemant or one of those people.
Yes. So ultimately, I had to, reach out to Hemant, and that's how we reached Tarun's desk.
We'll also have a ZRR who will be handling, like, I think we have 8 to 7 ZRRs. We have separate zones.
Okay.
We have 200 clubs in our district alone, and the numbers are more than 6,000 Rotaractors.
Oh wow! So where do you get these information, Tarun?
What information can you be?
The different Rotaractors that we have, so that they can get connected to them.
We have a website, Rotaract 3190.org.
Okay.
Please go visit it. And I'm not sure of which zone you are part of. Each zone has about 20 to 30 clubs, and you have two ZRRs who will be handling, who will be your point of contact with the district. Maybe I can inform one of you after checking with Joseph. You can get connected with them.
Yeah, I think first they need to be added to all the relevant groups
Oops.
so that they know what's happening. Yeah.
Also,
Yes.
when you say installation, what exactly does it entail?
Pardon?
What exactly do you mean by installation? I'm sorry, I didn't get that fully.
Yes, Tarun, please go ahead and tell them.
Do you have a student council in a college?
Yeah, we do.
So is there an oath-taking ceremony, an investor ceremony happening every year once you're president?
Not exactly, but we have something along those lines.
So your on papers, your club has been started, and you all have set your club of board of directors and your members. So the installation is the day where you all will be officially joining the fraternity. It's a ceremonial way of joining the Rotaract. And it happens every year. Each of you will get your Rotaract pins that day, and there will be a pledge taken on that. It's very similar to vote taking ceremonies.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm. So probably you'll need to decide on a date, fix it, and
Don't worry, the district has a document, from the seating, arrangement to the agenda, how the installation has to take place. There's a document for that, and your ZRRs will be helping you out in terms of organizing it. You'll not have to worry on that part.
Okay. If you could please
Yes.
share that document, that'd be amazing.
Yeah. Well, probably like once you get added, maybe take out all these information, and so that let us do the installation as soon as possible. Yeah, because we are already in March.
Right.
Yeah. So
Another
yes.
thing, we have the Rotaract district conference happening in the month of April in the second week. So you can expect a crowd of 1,000 to 1,500 Rotaractors in a platform. So you'll have every club representing them there. And please do visit to the conference. That'll be a big platform for you to know what the district does and to network. I would also suggest first, please reach out to your president in the other campus of PS. They are there from a very long time. They've done amazing projects and given a lot amazing leaders to the district as well. Get in touch with them, know what projects they've been doing and how the district works. It will really help you on that.
Will do.
Great. So any Rotarians, Ishwarji, any of Priya or any of the Rotarians has any question, please?
I'm surprised not a lot of contractors had anything to talk. Was it too boring, or did I make it very clear?
Not really. I was just wondering that if there is anything, so I don't have any.
Okay. Who else is there?
No, from my side, I think as a
Yeah.
Rotarian, I have been maybe 2 years or less than that. So I think from my side, my recommendation is being an interactor at this age. I think explore all the. I think as Tarun was saying,
Rotaractors.
explore all the.
They are
yes,
going to be Rotaractors. Yeah.
Rotaractors. So explore all the possible avenues of interest that you have, because most of the time what at this age what happens is we don't know what we are interested in, what connects to our way of working. So a community is where I would say spend a little more time. How do we contribute to the community? The projects identify individually what works. And another one is, since you're at this age, again, try to have a connection to the other generations, isn't it? Your generation is one, you tend to work with or interact with your generation, but having a cross generational in communication and interaction helps you to sort of come up with your own individual a pathway for longer term pathway for your own careers and life in general. Yeah. But I think it's a great step. Welcome on board, and it's a big platform that you can definitely leverage for your career growth and life in general. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you
Thank
so
Ishish.
you,
much.
Tarun. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tarun. Yes, Taksha, anyone who's going to do the vote of thanks?
Would any of you like to do it? Okay, I'll go. Okay, first of all, thank you everybody for turning up for this meeting. Our parent Rotaract has been absolutely amazing and very, very, very supportive. Also, thank you for all these amazing senior members who've actually joined us today, taken time off their busy schedules, and thank you for all people from PS to join this meeting. I think this has given us a lot of insight into what we should be doing next, what projects we need to work on. I think that's a conversation I've already had with Geetanjali ma'am and Priya ma'am. And I look forward to doing all those projects with, as a Rotaractor. Feels amazing to say that. Thank you all for coming in.
Thank you. Thank you. And all the best again. I was suggesting, Tarun, to them, please keep adding more members, right? Yeah. So,
We look forward to having recruitments this next month.
yeah.
With
So,
a-
so more the hands, more good work you can do together, right?
And one thing I want to add, Gitanjali, for
Huh.
all the Rotaraactors, there are many senior Rotarians, including PDG, RAI, to so many people. They all started as Rotaractors and continuing to be in Rotary for the last 40 years, 50 years. So I hope to see many of you guys continuing like that, in a longer term.
I look forward to it.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. I think we can wind up for today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tarun, so much for taking
Thank you.
time and like walking us through the presentation. And I'm sure the Rotaractors will come back to you if they have more, more questions or more clarifications and all, right? So
So,
Tarun also has got a very interesting profile. Probably, Tarun, you can tell more about it. Yeah. Now the meeting is ended, so no problem. I'll just switch off. I mean, I'll stop the recording. Okay. Let's have some fellowship together.